I'm Rue from Chicago. Please like and subscribe. My mom was a renowned doctor and loved me to bits. But when I was 6, I fell from a tree and hit my head. And even though I recovered fine, Mom went crazy. She never let me out of her sight after that. When I started school, she hugged me and cried like a baby at the gate. And she'd even drop by during recess to check on me.
Blood! Oh my God! What happened?
She picked me up and started running to the hospital. Mom put me down. It's just ketchup. And suddenly, we both went crashing into the food counter. By the time I was in 8th grade, I was super popular and a star player on the basketball team. Once during my match, I fell and bruised my knee, and Mom leapt out of the audience screaming hysterically. It was so embarrassing. And then she forced the principal to grant me 1 month's leave to recover. Ugh! I spent the next week in bed watching Avatar World videos about crazy, crazy moms like mine. But a few days later, it was my friend's birthday party, and I felt well enough to sneak out. But just as I was about to kiss this cute guy there, Mom barged in and smashed the music system.
That music's loud enough to hurt my baby's ears.
Mom, are you crazy? How did you even find me? Apparently, she had a tracker installed in my phone to always know my location. On the way home, we had a huge argument. If you ever do something like that again, I'm gonna leave for good and I'll throw away my phone. Mom, you won't be able to find me. And surprisingly, that worked. She kinda backed off, and I was relieved to be back at school soon. Guys, I'm back! I was hoping for an awesome welcome, but to my surprise, no one bothered to say hi. And just as I was about to sit, someone pulled my seat and I fell on my butt.
You can't sit there. It's Sally's seat.
Wait, what? This is my seat. And who's frickin' Sally anyway?
Me, I'm Sally. And you are?
I turned around to see a tall blonde girl offering me a hand. I'm Rue, and I think you're new because I've never…
Oh, Rue! The one with the crazy mom. It's nice to finally meet you. I just joined this month and it's okay. You can take this seat.
She smiled and went to another seat, and all the kids followed her. What the heck? A new girl had taken my place while I was gone for just a month. After that, I noticed how everyone was just too pleased by her. Even the teachers.
Oh, Ms. Olson, did you get a new haircut? It looks so nice on you.
Thanks. Sally, you're the only one to notice. You aren't just smart, you're kind too.
And she helped the other kids with their homework too.
Guys, I got this. You can copy from my assignment as long as you change some things.
Sally, you're the best.
Well, I doubted that. She was just too good to be true and just happened to appear out of thin air and take my popularity. But I wasn't gonna lose to her. A basketball match was coming up, and I was gonna show her who the real champ was. But on the day of the match, I could see Sally cheering for me with everyone else. In fact, she was cheering the loudest.
Woohoo! It's nice to have the champion back. Go, Rue!
Just then, I slipped on the basketball court and fell flat on my butt with a sprained ankle.
OMG! Someone help me pick her up. She's hurt.
Sally made me lean on her and took me to the nurse's room. She stayed with me the whole time the nurse attended to me, and I was beginning to think I'd misjudged her. She really was quite nice. Later, when I reached home, Mom came running and hugged me tight.
Oh my God! Are you okay? Let's go to the hospital right now.
Ugh, Mom, I'm fine. It's just a small sprain.
That's enough. You're not going to play that stupid game anymore.
Mom grabbed my shoes to throw them away, and that's when I noticed grease all under my shoe. Oh my God! Someone did it on purpose to make me slip. And I knew in my bones it could be none other than Sally. But since I had no proof, I decided to play nice for a while and keep an eye on her. A few days later, there was a big selection quiz for the nationals team, and I saw Sally mixing something in the free juices for all the contestants. Minutes later, the kids were clutching their tummies and running in and out of the bathroom. Ah, that evil witch! Of course she was selected for the finals! But I knew what she had done and decided to confront her. I followed her to the girls' washroom and pushed her to the wall. I'm not fooled by you, Sally. I know what you did there. I saw you mixing something.
Oh, Rue! What's wrong with you? Why are you hitting me?
And saying that, she slapped her own face really hard and started crying loudly. What? Suddenly, some girls came out of the washroom cubicles and pushed me aside.
Gosh, Rue, look at her face.
You slapped her so hard it's all red.
We're going to tell the principal that you're bullying Sally.
No! Don't do that! I don't want to cause trouble. We should give Rue a chance to fix this. If she says sorry to me, I'll let it go this time.
What? The freaking frogs! Me say sorry to her? Ugh, no way! I pushed her harder this time and stormed out of there. But now I knew she was a cunning fox, and I had to play smarter than her. Soon, the elections for the new school president were announced, and I was super excited to participate. But guess who else was running for president? Sally! She already had loads of kids working for her campaign and making her posters. One day, while I was in the library working on mine, I heard some noises. I went ahead to check, and I was shocked to see Sally bullying a kid.
What do you mean you didn't complete my assignment? I need it back within an hour or I'll kick your butt, you moron!
She took his glasses off and threw them on the ground and crushed them. The guy looked terrified as Sally walked away. Just then, I had a mind-blowing plan. I quickly went in and picked up the guy from the floor. Hey, you don't have to be scared of her, okay? I'll help you get rid of her, but you'll have to help me too. You just have to speak the truth in front of everyone, and I'll make sure she never lays a finger on you again. Deal? The guy looked at me with teary eyes and nodded. A few days later, we had an event where each candidate had to speak up in front of the entire school, and I was all set to see my plan in action. Minutes before Sally was about to come on stage, I was so happy to see the guy she'd bullied standing there already. Sally's whole act was about to be exposed. Yippee!
I need to tell you all something. One of the candidates here is a chameleon who pretends to be your friend, but in reality, she's a bully.
And saying that, he pointed at me. What in the father frickin' world?
That's her, Rue. She even smashed my glasses the other day and put my head inside the toilet. She's a bully.
What? Have you lost your mind? What are you talking about? It was Sally. Can't you remember? She smashed your glasses.
Who's Sally? And please don't kill me. Please, someone save me from her.
Saying that, he ran and hid behind the other kids, and all of them went bonkers on me.
Rue, we already knew you could be a bully, and now you're blaming Sally for this? Everyone knows Sally would never do something this horrible.
Yeah, we saw what happened in the washroom the other day. You're the bad person here, and you don't deserve to be the president.
And they all started throwing tomatoes at me. I ran out of there to save my butt, but I was so gonna kill Sally now. After the event was over, I followed Sally and saw her kissing that jerk who betrayed me in front of everyone. That's how she turned him on her side. She was such a devil. I heard them laughing and talking about how they'd humiliated me in front of everyone. I couldn't take it anymore. I went ahead and kicked him in the butt. You're such a world-class jerk. You lied in front of everyone for a wicked lizard like her.
Watch your mouth, Rue, or I'll tear off your tongue.
Whoa, look at that. Finally, your true colors are coming out, Sally. But guess what? I've known from day one that you're a witch. And soon, I'll prove it to everyone.
You recorded us?
Oh, yes, I did.
You know I'm tired of pretending to be nice to you. I wish you had slipped and hit your head that day, but you just got away with a little sprain. But today, I'm gonna kill you, Squid Face.
Saying that, she charged at me like a mad bull, and we broke into a wild fight. Within minutes, the cheating jerk came in and held me by my hands. Let go of me, you idiot, or I'll put your face in the toilet seat for real this time. I tried to fight them both, but they locked me inside a small janitor's room.
No one's gonna come here till tomorrow, Rue. And I'm gonna be the next student president by then. And your little phone, I'm gonna destroy it.
Both of them left, and I tried to break open the door, but nothing worked. When I'd almost given up, I suddenly heard a loud thud on the door, and it flew open. Mom! Oh God! I can't believe you found me. I hugged her tight.
Are you okay, sweetie? What happened to you?
Wait, Mom! How did you find me here?
Oh, honey. After you said you were going to throw away your phone the next time you run, I may have put a tracker device in all of your shoes.
Mom?
Okay, sorry. But see, it helped. I was able to help you today after you didn't come home for so long.
She was unbelievable. I immediately ran out to find Sally and saw she was making a bonfire in the school backyard, and she had my phone in her hand. I went in and hit her from behind, and the guy ran away seeing Mom with me.
What are you doing? Let go of me, you witch! I'm gonna kill you this time.
Oh, you can try, but you're not getting away with anything now. This time, I tied her and made sure she didn't run away until we called the principal and her parents.
We are really sorry, but she has a histrionic personality disorder. Because of that, she wants to be noticed and praised all the time. We kept it out of her records when she joined this school.
Oh God, I didn't know I was taking such a dangerous kid. But you've been really brave, Rue. I'm gonna announce you as the next student president tomorrow.
No, I'm the best one! I'm the best! She's nothing!
Saying that, she broke the ties and leapt towards me.
I'm gonna burn this entire school with you in it, loser!
Thankfully, the principal had called security and they took her away. After everything was over, I turned to Mom, thinking she'd go all crazy again. But she hugged me.
Oh, honey, are you okay? I was so scared.
I'm fine, Mom. Thanks for saving my life today.
I love you.
But no more tracking devices, please.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm the only child of a rich couple of tech entrepreneurs. They developed some apps that became super popular overnight, and they became millionaires. Sounds cool, right? Well, it wasn't that great for me. But before we continue the story, please like and subscribe. My parents were always working or traveling, so I hardly ever saw them. I was practically raised by my nanny, and my best friend was my chauffeur, Thomas. I really wanted to have friends my age to play with, so when I was 5 and starting school, I was thrilled. I put on my new uniform and cleaned my thick glasses. Oh yeah, I have a huge eyesight problem. I'm almost blind without them. When we arrived, I noticed that everyone in the parking lot was looking at me. Just then, I spotted a girl my age standing close by and saw that she was wearing the exact same shoes as me. I walked up to her excitedly and put my foot next to hers. Look, we have the same shoes. We could be best friends. The girl stomped on my foot.
Don't think you'll be popular here just because you came in a fancy car, 4 eyes.
But I
didn't ask and I don't care. Don't talk to me.
And with that, she flicked her hair and left, and her minions followed. I soon discovered that her name was Cynthia, and she was in my class. She told everyone I was a loser who'd begged to be her best friend, and I instantly became a laughingstock. For the next few years, I just kept my head down and ate my lunch alone in the janitor's closet. In the 2nd grade, I saw a sign-up sheet on the board for dance auditions. I'd been having dance lessons at home since I was a kid, and I loved it, so I immediately put my name down. But just then, I heard Cynthia laughing behind me.
There's no place for you here. Only talented dancers can join the class. The ones who don't wear stupid glasses.
I was so tired of her walking all over me. I am a talented dancer. You don't get to decide what my place this.
With that heavy equipment in front of your eyes, I don't think so.
That joke about my glasses is now older than my grandma, and I'm bored. Come up with something better already. Her eyes went wide in surprise, and I walked off feeling proud of myself. Maybe she'd let me be now, but I was so wrong. On the day of the audition, she got to dance first. She wasn't bad, but I was better. But when she finished dancing, all the judges got up and clapped for her. Immediately, a woman in the jury said,
"That was brilliant. We have the person here for the lead role."
"Wait, what?" I climbed onto the stage immediately. "Excuse me, ma'am, but she was only the first dancer. You haven't even seen the rest yet." The woman looked at me with disgust.
"I can tell simply by looking at someone if they're talented, and you are not. Someone take her away, please. Next."
That was so unfair. After the audition, I saw Cynthia hugging that woman and calling her mom. Now it made sense why the judge was so nasty. Well, I couldn't even do the one thing I loved, and Cynthia still kept making my life miserable. Over the next few years, she spread a rumor that I had a contagious eye disease, and anyone who hung out with me would go blind, and everyone actually believed her. Another time, I'd taken my glasses off during an exam to clean them, and I didn't notice her slipping a cheat sheet on my desk. I nearly got suspended. I spent most of my time denying all these stupid rumors, and it was exhausting. One day in 7th grade, as I was walking down the corridor, Cynthia pushed me and my glasses fell off. "What the hell are you doing?"
Move it, Professor Four Eyes.
That was it! I attacked her blurry figure, knocking her to the ground. We were wrestling, pulling and pulling each other's hair when a teacher intervened, and we both ended up in the principal's office. Cynthia looked totally chilled out, and her mom landed 2 minutes later to defend her.
"Oh, I know this child. She's a troublemaker."
Her mom was on the school board, and the principal seemed to believe her instantly.
"Where are your parents? Your father said he'd be here right away."
Before I could answer, Thomas opened the door.
Oh, that's not her father. That's her chauffeur.
"Clearly, she's not on her parents' priority list. They sent the chauffeur to deal with her."
I blinked away my tears furiously and ran off to the empty school auditorium. one of my usual hiding spots. I put on my headphones and started dancing in the dark. It was the only thing that kept me sane. When I finished, I heard someone clapping. As I looked towards the audience, I saw a boy sitting in the dark. It was Clayton. Clayton was popular and hot, and every girl in school wanted to date him, including Cynthia, and that was reason enough for me to stay away from him. What do you want?
I was just watching you dance. You're really good.
Please just stay away from me. And as I was walking past him, he gently took my arm.
Wait a second. Okay, I just want to talk.
I stopped, my heart beating a little faster. He removed my glasses.
You're really pretty.
As he pulled me closer, I shut my eyes, waiting for my very first kiss. But before anything happened, he started to laugh and ran away with my glasses. Hey, wait! I started panting and sweating. Everything was dark and blurry. I heard laughs coming from every corner.
Loser, four-eyed dork.
I covered my ears and started to cry. Suddenly, Thomas opened the door and shouted,
Natalie, where are you?
Oh, here comes the superhero to the rescue.
Or should we say super chauffeur?
Cynthia and her tribe skipped out laughing as Thomas took my hand and then drove me home. I didn't go to school for a few days and stayed in bed, but the more I thought about it, the angrier I felt. I was alone and my parents weren't going to come bail me out. I had to stand up for myself. It was the only way to deal with these bullies. But when I went back to school, suddenly everyone and everything had changed. Cynthia ran towards me and hugged me like a best friend.
My Nat, we were so worried about you.
Yes. Where have you been? We missed you.
Even Clayton was there smiling at me. What on earth was happening? What are you up to? Don't touch me. And then I heard a voice behind me. It was my mom.
Natalie, what are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you doing here?
Nat, how come you never told us that your mother is the founder of the most successful fashion app in the world? She just gave us a ton of discount coupons for the most awesome brands.
And why did I need to tell you that I don't even use it?
You're hilarious, Nat. That's why we're best friends.
No, we're not. You're a psycho.
Natalie, you're being so rude. I didn't teach you those manners.
You're right. You didn't teach me any manners. You didn't teach me anything. So go back to making your apps, Mom, and take these psychos with you. Well, maybe having a famous mom would finally help get Cynthia off my back, but that was wishful thinking. Because from that day on, I not only had to deal with her at school, but also in my own home. Since Cynthia had convinced my mother that we were best friends, Mom had a brilliant idea of inviting her home every day and to come with me in the limo. But one day, just when I was at the edge of losing my mind, something unexpected happened. As I was coming out of class, I saw Cynthia and her mom arguing.
You need to train for nationals, Cynthia. You seem really distracted.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm practicing at the studio every day. I know how important the competition is.
Okay, just checking. You have to win every competition to get a university scholarship. Your stupid father has left me with no money, and you have to go to Juilliard. It's important for my reputation.
I know, Mom.
I realized Cynthia had been lying to her mom about going for practice because she was always at my place. Now is my chance to get rid of her once and for all. That afternoon, when Cynthia was at my place as usual, I stole her cell phone, took her mom's number, and called her, acting as a secretary from the dance studio. Hi, I wanted to tell you that your daughter had an accident at the studio and you're her emergency contact. Can you please come over immediately?
Oh my God, is she okay?
Yes, she's fine, but she's asking for you. I'm sending you the address.
I'll be right there.
Okay, that was a bit dramatic, I know. When I heard a car screech to a halt outside my house, I went running out. Cynthia's mom was shocked to see me.
You, what? Is this some kind of prank?
Oh no, please believe me, you have to come see Cynthia. As her mom looked at me suspiciously, I led her to my bedroom where Cynthia and her minions were reading magazines, lying on my bed.
Gosh, I think I'll just run away and become a teen model or marry some rich billionaire. I don't want to dance and go to stupid college. Mom is really annoying. No wonder Dad left her.
You ungrateful Brad.
Mom, I was just kidding. Shut up. You're coming with me right now. You're grounded for life.
She took Cynthia by the ear, like a 5-year-old rascal caught doing something bad by her mommy. It was heaven, and I've been recording the whole thing on my phone. It was an Oscar-worthy film I could watch on repeat, and then I shared it with the whole school. By the next day, Cynthia was the laughingstock, and that was the end of her popularity. But when I got home that day, Mom was waiting for me with her phone in her hand.
You made this and circulated it everywhere. How could you do this to that nice girl? You're a terrible person.
I'm glad at least this made you pay some attention to me. Mom, did you know Cynthia has bullied me from the day I started school? Do you know she's knocked me down, spread rumors about me, and humiliated me in front of everyone? You wouldn't know because you were never here. Her mom always came to defend her, but mine never showed up for me.
I'm sorry, Natalie. I didn't know I was so busy all these years to build a great future for you. This app, this company, this money, it's all yours.
Well, you know what, Mom? I always thought I was angry at you for never having any time for me. But now I think what's been bothering me all along is that I'll grow up to run your company one day, and I'll become someone like you. And I don't want to be like you. I don't want to ignore the people who love me the most for some company or money.
Oh, I didn't know you hated me this much.
Mom, I don't hate you. I hate the fact that I might turn out to be a mother like you.
Please forgive me. Please give me a chance.
I wasn't ready to forgive her right away, and I didn't talk to her for months, but it seems like my words had really moved her, and she kept trying to make up for all the lost time. And eventually I decided to give her a chance again. And well, Cynthia, she never bothered me again. She was now a prisoner of her mother, who didn't take her eyes off her and forced her to dance every single day. Before ending the story, I want to tell you that pushing others is not right. We should learn to love and help one another.
They said it was like a miracle getting adopted at my age. I stepped into the cozy living room, greeted by my new parents, bright smiles.
Welcome, Blake. This is your home now. Come meet Jude.
A guy walked over, looking calm and friendly.
This is Blake. She's 16, 1 year younger than you. You two will be at the same school.
Yeah, I brushed past them and headed to my room. Yay! New family. They seem nice, but was I? That night, I couldn't sleep. Feeling too safe just made me nervous. I made my way to the kitchen to soothe my dry, scratchy throat and accidentally overheard them talking.
She got expelled from her old school.
Expelled?
She's been through a lot. Keep an eye on her, Jude.
I got it.
I rolled my eyes and backed away before hearing more about my past. Of course, they'd send their golden boy to babysit me. Not that it mattered. I'd just make myself invisible anyway. Walking the school halls on my first day, I saw posters everywhere of some fancy-looking girl. I met her not long after.
Vote for Sadie. Okay, my lovely friends.
Of course!
Awesome. I think my dad's buying everyone Disney World tickets if I win.
People didn't just like her, they worshipped her.
Hey you. Yeah, you new kid.
Yeah.
Vote for me, cutie. I'll fight for everyone's rights when I'm president.
I dipped out before the crowd could start worshipping her again. Sweet cheese and crackers. That was so dumb and noisy. For a week, I stayed in a corner of the classroom, keeping my head down. Still, I could feel Jude's eyes on me wherever I went. It felt like being a little sister protected by her big brother. Wonderful, right? Nope. Then came Monday. I had found this hidden spot in the storage room to nap, but my sleep got wrecked by a racket outside. That's weird. I cracked the door open and boom! A whole bullying scene. A group of girls had cornered a younger kid who was bawling her eyes out.
Help me.
Not my problem, but you all look pathetic. That was it. One sentence, one death stare, and they actually backed off. I slammed the door before the girl could even whisper thanks. I wasn't about to get involved, but of course, someone filmed it and posted it online. A mysterious new girl shuts down bullies with one look. Comments blew up, memes popped up, edits everywhere. They called it the Blake effect. I called it a whole lot of trouble. After that, people started sitting closer to me, copying how I stared, fangirling over how cool I was. I never wanted to be a hero. I just wanted peace. Even worse, Sadie's Vote for Your Queen posters started vanishing. In their place were posters of me. Be like Blake, unbothered, unbent, unstoppable.
So you had a plan all along with that whole I don't care act, huh?
Oog, seriously, what a joke. I couldn't care less about their stupid student council anyway. From that day on, another pair of eyes was glued to me everywhere I went. Sadie's. She stared at me across the cafeteria, clutching her fork like she was about to snap it in half, but I just ignored her.
Sometimes silence gets you more attention, sis.
He sat next to me, casually munching away. I couldn't tell if he was teasing or warning me. The next morning, Sadie rolled up with her little posse.
You got kicked out of your old school, and we know why.
Jude jumped in front of me.
What do you want?
We're just here to expose her. Blake's playing different, just for clout.
I walked back to class while Jude stayed, trying to hold them off. They could hate me all they wanted as long as they stayed away.
Blake messed with the girl's head so bad, she needed therapy.
And we thought she was cool and sweet. What a joke.
Is it true?
Does it matter?
I want to know.
I ignored Jude. I just wanted to be left alone. Lately, way too many people had been barging into my life, but they wouldn't leave me alone. Every morning, my locker somehow accidentally jammed. My desk was always covered in red ink scribbles. Sometimes I even dragged it out to the middle of the schoolyard.
Let me give you a hand.
Are you helping? 'Cause Mom and Dad told you to babysit me?
Not exactly.
I think. Well, Jude was a weird one. Sometimes it actually felt like having a real brother, but I didn't want to get close to anyone. My backpack got soaked in juice twice. Sometimes it got stuffed full of trash paper. Honestly, getting expelled sounded easier than dealing with this nonsense. After school that day, I spotted Dude waiting at the gate. I rushed past him, hoping he wouldn't notice.
Want to head home together?
He walked alongside me like it was the most natural thing in the world, like we'd been doing this for years.
You don't have to pretend none of this bothers you. I know what they're doing.
So what? Let them.
It's not just random. Sadie's behind it. She told me exactly what to do and how to make it look like an accident.
Why are you telling me this?
So you know you're not alone. I'm here to protect you. I'm gathering proof to take to the principal. People need to see the real Sadie.
But I had my own plan. If she wanted to play games, I had a way more fun one. Sadie ended up becoming student council president a lot faster than expected. The whole room exploded with cheers. They called her the face of girl power, a born leader, all that glittery junk Sadie lived for. I was there too, clapping louder than anyone. Sadie looked at me, suspicious. I never smiled, but today I smiled right at her. She didn't know the next time she got on stage, she'd be crying. I started slipping comments into the group chat under a fake name. Sadie is exactly what this school needs. She could totally be the face of our school. Like a domino effect, everyone jumped in, hyping her up like she was the second coming of Taylor Swift. Sadie strutted around school like a queen, way too busy polishing her image to bother bullying me. What she didn't see was that the higher she climbed, the harder she'd fall. Then I dropped the final bait. Didn't Sadie do charity work last year too? What an angel! All I had to do was wait for the bait to work, and Sadie did exactly what I was counting on. She photoshopped herself into a charity event she'd never even attended just to prove she was there, and posted it with the caption, "Serving the community with love." Honestly, I didn't back her into a corner. She walked straight into it herself. One day before, Sadie was supposed to represent our school at the citywide model student competition. Everything crashed down. The evidence dropped. She faked the charity photo. There was no event. And worst of all, proof she had ordered other students to bully me, thanks to the receipts I got from Jude.
Make it look like an accident, okay? If you humiliate Blake, I'll get you into the yearbook club.
The teachers found out, and now that was the real problem. Sadie got summoned to the principal's office. As we crossed paths in the hallway, she was too freaked out to even see me. Checkmate, Sadie!
You didn't have to destroy her like that.
She did it to herself. I just let what was gonna happen happen. I stared at him. At first, I was ready to pop off, but something in his eyes made me stop. He wasn't angry, he was disappointed.
You're acting like the villain.
That stuck with me. I couldn't sleep all night. What did Jude expect from me anyway? The next morning, I marched right up to the podium in the school courtyard. I never thought I'd stand here. I'd always wanted to stay invisible, but today, maybe a small part of me wanted them to see me. I'm the one who spread the charity rumor about Sadie. It was my plan, just like what I did back at my old school, the thing that got me expelled. That's it, I confessed. I was about to step down from the stage when Jude grabbed my arm.
But everything Sadie did to Blake, that's real. The fake photos are also real. You all saw it yourselves. And back at Blake's old school, that girl bullied a bunch of people. Blake called her out. She only broke down because she lost her power, not because Blake did anything to her. You all only heard half the story, and Blake never bothered explaining.
I didn't stick around to see their reactions. All I knew was this time, I didn't get expelled, and no one whispered behind my back. Things had changed, and I owed Jude a big fat thank you. So that day, I actually waited for him so we could walk home together.
I know you have asked PD. I know about
the accident that killed my family and left me the only one standing. Yeah, after that, people said it was like I turned into someone else.
I know everything you went through. You're carrying a lot of scars. And hey, you're not alone anymore. We're family now, remember?
I turned away, blinking fast, so I wouldn't cry like some cartoon character. That night, after dinner, I stood up with my empty plate. Before I could move, my adoptive mom swooped in all sweet and gentle.
It's okay, honey. I'll wash the dishes.
Usually, I'd mumble something like K and bolt straight to my room, but tonight felt different. I'll help. She blinked. She couldn't believe her ears, then glanced at her husband, who was grinning like he had just won the dad lottery. Come on, I don't mind. Sorry for keeping my distance all this time.
Then, I'll wash and you dry. Deal?
I nodded with a real smile for once. And even without looking, I knew Jude was standing behind me, wearing that proud big brother smile like he just ate and left no crumbs. Hi, my name is Alma, and I'm from Denmark. Please press subscribe to the channel. My parents met in Copenhagen. My dad was a scientist and didn't earn much. By the time Judith and I were born, our parents had decided to divorce.
She doesn't look like me at all.
but your girls are twins.
She has the father's hair. I don't want to be reminded of that loser.
Mom left me at the hospital. I hadn't heard anything from Mom or my sister since when I turned 4. Dad finally gave up on being a scientist. Soon we moved to the Faroe Islands. Our new home was on a small, wild island. Dad worked as a lighthouse caretaker, and that's where we lived.
Are Mom and Judith going to visit us?
Forget about them. We'll be fine. Just the two of us.
Dad wasn't lying. Living in a lighthouse was awesome. We turned on the light together when the weather was bad, and when it wasn't, we rowed boats and fished in the ocean. Dad and Mr. Nicholson quickly found a common language, and we started fishing together.
Alma, you are such a sweet child. Here, I have a gift for you.
Ah, it's so beautiful. Thank you.
I carved the dolphin myself. Let it be your good luck charm.
The neighboring island, Vagar, was much larger than the one we lived on. There was a whole city on it. When I started school, Dad took me there on our boat.
Jeez, look at her. She's a savage from a backwater island. Do they even have internet there?
Back off or you'll be arrested.
Let's go, wackos.
You okay? Never better. I'm Lily. When I grow up, I want to be a tough sheriff like my dad.
Lily became my best friend. One day, we were watching TV in my room.
You got a text. I don't know who it's from. This is... Oh, wow. Other than her hair, she's your exact copy.
That's Judith. I didn't know anything about my mom or sister. Can you imagine how shocked I was when I got a message from her?
What is she saying? This makes no sense. She's telling me to get off the island. She's probably joking, right?
I immediately texted Judith back. Why would I? I kept staring at my phone, but was left unread. Lily stayed over and we quickly fell asleep, but I couldn't stop thinking about Judith. Dad got back after fishing late that evening and I decided to talk to him.
Tell me about Mom and Judith. I deserve to know the truth.
Okay, if you really want that. Your mother married a rich man after our divorce. She and Judith want for nothing.
Judith sent me a message today. What could it mean?
I recently saw your mom's new husband on the news. Judith was mentioned. She's apparently quite the troublemaker now. You shouldn't talk to her. That was probably just a prank. If I were you, I would block her number.
She's my sister.
Neither Judith nor your mom care about us. What matters is we have each other.
The next morning, Dad drove Lily and me to school. I texted Judith back, but she didn't read it. That evening, her account was blocked. In the evening, I wandered along the beach and thought about Judith's words. All of a sudden, I heard a deep voice. I turned around and saw a guy walking along the shore.
Hey, who are you? What happened? Where did you come from? Hey, don't you daddy on me. You hear? Dad, you're back.
I am exhausted. It's a miracle I got home safe in such weather. Who's that?
I met him on the beach. The poor guy fainted. He must have got caught in the storm.
Okay, he can stay here tonight. We'll figure out what to do tomorrow. No doctor would come here now anyway.
I spent the whole night in the living room. The next morning, someone woke me up.
Oh, you're awake. Are you feeling better? What's your name?
Slow down. My head is killing me. I'm Ian, I think.
You think?
That's all I remember. Wait, no. I also remember you, your face and red hair.
Is there something you want to tell me?
I'm so confused. Dad, I swear this is the first time I'm seeing him. Could he have met Judith?
Her hair is brown, not red. According to the weather forecast, it won't end for at least a few more days. We can't leave the island in such weather.
Dad called Mr. Nicholson so he could ask the local fishermen if they knew anything about Ian. Meanwhile, I called Lily.
Wow, your life is insane. I'll try to find out about your mysterious stranger. You'll tell the sheriff about Ian, right? Not for the world. I'll try to get to the bottom of it myself first. I won't be a cop, remember?
Later, Dad searched the beach and came home with some news.
I found a damaged motorboat near the rocks. Ian must have got here on it. I'm calling the police. Great, power's out. There's no internet either. This freaking storm.
The next morning, Dad headed to the other side of the island.
I hope there'll be signal there. You and Ian should find some candles in the closet while I'm gone. Don't just sit in the dark.
I guess you haven't been here in a while.
Shut up and help me look.
Do either of you play the violin?
I went to a music school when I was a kid, but I was rubbish and quickly gave up. Wow, you're a music guru.
I think the violin means a lot to me. The sound is comforting, just like your presence.
Ian looked into my eyes and for some reason I felt shy. But then I decided to go for a walk. So many weird things have happened lately. I wonder if Judith's warning was just a coincidence, or if she knew something. Although she's in Copenhagen, not on the Faroes. The next moment, I heard voices and went in the direction they were coming from. Soon I hid behind some rocks to watch two men in uniforms.
2 teenagers have escaped. If we don't bring them back, we'll all be fired.
I didn't get what was going on, or who those men were. Then one of them left. I was trying to figure out where he went. They grabbed me and dragged me somewhere.
Let me go.
Don't even think about running again.
We stopped among the rocks on the far end of the island. To my shock, I saw a massive iron door. When we got inside, I I was left speechless. There was a whole complex with living quarters and classrooms hidden in the rocks. They even had a gym there. The guards locked me in a room and left.
I knew you'd get caught. Did you think you were smarter than everyone, Judith? What did you just call me? Has being free scrambled your brain? You're Judith. I'm Kate. We're a smelly boarding school for tribal teens. You're right. I'm missing some memories. So this is a boarding school? Are you serious? Rich parents send their kids here when they don't want to deal with them. Our principal is a total psycho. He experiments on us. He makes us draw, listen to strange music, and fill out stupid questionnaires. This school is illegal, but no one cares because its sponsors are filthy rich. But come on, quit pretending. Why are you so surprised? It's just our school's coat of arms.
For some reason, it seemed familiar to me. Where had I seen it before? It also seemed strange to me that the power at the school was on that evening. The guards led us to the dining room.
The principal is such a nasty old man. Mr. Nicholson, so you do remember.
That's when I realized why the school's coat of arms seemed so familiar to me. Mr. Nicholson had given me a figurine that looked like it when I was a kid. I wanted to talk to him, but he'd already left.
Is living here really that bad? Are you kidding me? Even the army isn't as strict. This one kid was sent here simply because he was having nightmares.
I realized Kate was probably talking about Ian. He must have escaped from the school. The guards took away all the students' phones, but they hadn't searched me, and I secretly filmed everything that was going on at the school before going to bed. I was brought to the computer room by the security guards.
Someone wants to talk to you.
Judith.
Mom.
Sweetie, how are you?
Just like everyone else. Mom mistook me for my sister. I decided to play along.
It's horrible. This place is terrible. How else would I feel?
During our talk, I found out everything I needed. Judith only found out about my existence recently. She immediately demanded to meet me, but Mom was against it. Then Judith's rich stepfather decided to send her to the strict boarding school. He was one of its biggest sponsors.
But why did you abandon Alma? What did she do?
I've already told you 1,000 times. What was I supposed to do with 2 babies? You should thank me for keeping you. Alma is nothing but a stranger to me.
I never felt so hurt by someone's words before. Pissed off, I hung up. At night, I woke up when I felt someone looking at me.
Alma, get up.
Ian, what are you doing here?
Helping you escape.
Wow, where did you get the card?
One of the girls that ran away gave it to me. By the way, she really wants to meet you.
Judith was waiting for us outside. We didn't have any time to talk, and Jess ran to the lighthouse. I only felt safe once we were inside.
Your hair. Well, I am a rebel. I'm so glad to finally meet you. I'm glad too, sis. That's how I found out they were going to send me to a boarding school and that you lived here too. I found your social media and tried to warn you, but then they took my phone away and blocked my account.
While you were gone, I remembered everything. I come from a rich family, and I've been playing the violin since I was a kid. My parents invested a lot of money in promoting me, but my schedule was so intense, I couldn't sleep and started having nightmares. Several doctors tried to help me, but I disrupted concerts. And my parents eventually sent me to that school.
But you didn't get better, did you?
I only got worse. That's why I ran away. But then I slipped on the rocks, and I must have hit my head. And that's why I couldn't remember anything for a while.
I'm so sorry that you both had to go through that. Where's Dad?
He hasn't come back since yesterday.
We decided to wait for Dad at the lighthouse. I tried to send Lily the video I'd filmed at school, but the signal was too weak. Eventually, Dad came back.
Judith, is that you? We need to get out of here, right? And go to Vega right now.
We quickly got on our boat and set sail. It was so foggy we could barely see anything, but we soon reached the shore.
Is it just me, or was that too fast?
It's not just you.
When we saw Mr. Nicholson and the familiar door, I thought I was going crazy.
Did you mean to bring us here?
This is for the best, honey.
You did a great job, assistant.
Assistant? You knew about everything.
When my career went downhill, Mr. Nicholson offered me a job as a research assist. The lighthouse was just a cover.
The boarding school is a personal project of mine. I study the emotions and behaviors of teenage troublemakers, and your father is a great help.
Alma, you should stay at the school until you've calmed down.
How could you do that? Judith is your daughter.
The school has strict rules, but they exist for your own good.
Come on in.
The situation seemed hopeless. We had nowhere to run. But then...
Police, nobody move.
I got your message.
The sheriff didn't let them get away with it. The school did have rich sponsors, but we managed to get justice. The school was closed, and Mr. Nicholson and my dad were arrested.
You feeling all right? This sucks, but I'm trying not to despair. Did your stepfather get in trouble too? Yeah, he and Mom are getting divorced.
Soon Mom came to the Pharaohs to get Judith.
Fine. Alma, you can come with us. I got some money in a large mansion after the divorce.
No, You're nothing but a stranger to me. I'm not going anywhere with you either. I'm staying with my sister.
Mom didn't even try to change our minds. To her credit, she rented a small house for us on Vagar. I didn't want to look back anymore. The past should stay in the past. By the way, Judith and I got into college, and Lily fulfilled her dream and is now studying to become an investigator. The boarding school on the island is abandoned now. I hope it will stay that way. Hi everybody, my name is Olivia, and I'm 18 years old. Tell me, have you ever dreamed about one day meeting your twin brother you had not known about? Or a twin sister? Do you think things like that don't happen in real life? Don't jump to conclusions so quickly. My story, although it seems incredible, proves that miracles do happen. Subscribe to the channel because I know what will really surprise you. I live with my adoptive parents. They took me in 10 years ago. Before that, I'd lived my whole life in an orphanage, and so I don't remember my real mom and dad at all. They must have abandoned me when I was very young. It happens, and I hold no grudge against them. My new parents became my real family. This story began the day I suddenly got a stomachache. The pain was so bad that my mother called an ambulance. They took me to the hospital, examined me, told me that I needed a surgery immediately. It wasn't anything too bad, just an appendicitis. The operation was not complicated, but it couldn't wait. I went under anesthesia, and everything grew dark. I came to in a ward after the operation had been completed. I felt a little sick and moaned. Suddenly, I felt someone take my hand. It felt really great that someone was there for me. I decided to see who it was and turned my head to look. A girl was lying on the bed next to mine. But what was it? I couldn't believe it. We had the same eyes, the same hair, the same smile. That girl was a copy of me. She was looking at me, surprised and smiling. She probably couldn't believe it either. I wanted to ask her why she looked so much like me, but I couldn't. But I didn't need an answer. I knew who she was. My twin sister, Isabel. I hadn't seen her in 10 years. We had lived at the same orphanage together. We'd always looked exactly alike. She had been my closest friend, and we'd shared all our joys and sorrows. We had always been there for each other, but after I'd been adopted, my sister had been left alone in the orphanage. We had been separated. I hadn't seen her since, but I'd often thought of her, and I'd always known we would meet again someday. But our reunion was short-lived. That very day, I was moved to another ward. I asked them to let me stay with Isabel, but they told me that we had different diagnoses, so I had to be transferred to another ward. Isabella had got in a car accident and had to spend more time in the ward for seriously ill patients. A few days after that, I was released from the hospital and went home. I hadn't got to see Isabel again, but I couldn't stop thinking about our meeting. I found it strange that we had been separated as children, so I immediately asked my adopted mother about it. She looked very surprised and said,
"What are you talking about, Olivia? There had been no Isabel at the orphanage."
Maybe Mom had forgotten. I reminded her that my sister Isabel had been there for me. We looked very similar, but they had chosen me. Why hadn't my parents taken both of us in?
Sweetie, are you feeling all right? You never had a sister. You had been alone there.
I couldn't believe it. Why was my mother lying to me? I remembered everything perfectly. I realized that my adoptive parents were hiding the truth from me. But why? That's when I decided to find Isabel. As soon as I was able to walk after the operation again, I immediately went back to the hospital. I said I'd come to visit my sister at the reception. I didn't know what her last name was now, but I told them that her first name was Isabel and that she had been admitted after a car accident. Strangely enough, they told me they had not treated any girl fitting that description. How could it be? I told them she looked just like me. That's when they realized who I was talking about. However, they said her name was Hannah, and she'd already been discharged. Hannah? How so? Had my sister changed her first as well as her last name? But why? I asked them for her address, but they said they were only allowed to give me her phone number. In the evening, I called the number they had given me at the hospital. When she answered, I felt that our voices sounded a lot alike. It was her, my sister. I explained to her who I was and cried from joy.
I finally found you.
Hannah said that she was very glad to hear from me, but unfortunately, she didn't remember me. Hannah said that she had amnesia after the accident, and everything that happened before the hospital had disappeared from her memory.
Then, I have a lot to tell you about. Let's meet up.
We met the next day, and I immediately hugged my sister. Hannah was, of course, quite taken aback. After all, she didn't remember me, and so I was a complete stranger to her at that moment. But I started telling her about our childhood at the orphanage and how close we used to be.
Can't you see how similar we look? That's because we're sisters.
Since then, my sister and I saw each other a lot. Of course, we were family, but 10 years had passed, and each of us had different parents named. Now she couldn't just move in with me, or I with her. I hadn't told my adoptive parents anything yet. I still didn't understand why they were lying to me by not admitting that I had a sister. But Hannah told her parents about me, and they wanted to meet me. So one night, I went to their house for dinner. When Hannah's mom and dad saw me, they were very surprised. Of course, I've heard that everyone in the world has a double somewhere, but to see it with my own eyes,
Unbelievable.
I was not surprising since we were twin sisters.
But Hannah's parents laughed all of a sudden and said,
You was wrong.
Hannah didn't have a sister and never had. Moreover, they claimed that they were my sister's biological parents and had never adopted her. It was simply impossible. That's when I realized that Hannah's parents were hiding something as well. They were lying to the both of us. But what was going on? Why were they keeping the truth from us? And then I realized how to get to the bottom of it all. The following day, we met up with my twin, went to a clinic, and did a DNA test to prove we were related. Hannah agreed that it was a good decision, and I was very happy that she was so supportive. We took the test and were told the results would be ready in a few days. We spent the whole time impatiently waiting for the confirmation that we were sisters, and then someone would have some explaining to do. Our parents, who didn't want to tell us the truth, I went to see Hannah every day, and we talked a lot. I felt supported and cared for by my sister once again, and tried to always be there for her as well. One day, I was telling her about our childhood. She did not remember once again. Hannah was so engrossed in my story about our escapades at the orphanage that it gave me a good idea.
Let's visit the place where we grew up. Maybe it will bring back your memory.
Hannah agreed, and we headed to the orphanage. It hadn't changed at all in 10 years. I hadn't been there. It looked the same as it had the day I left, only the children were different. We met the head of the orphanage, Mr. Williams. He didn't even recognize me at the beginning, but when I told him who I was, he smiled and said,
Olivia, it can't be. Look how you've grown.
I showed him Hannah and asked if he'd remember my sister. I told him she used to be called Isabel, and we had grown up together in that orphanage. But suddenly, the smile disappeared from his face. He looked at me anxiously and said we should talk in his office. Only me and him. I felt a little scared. What did Mr. Williams want to tell me about? But I went with him after all. In the office, he sat me down in front of his desk and told me I was wrong. I never had a real sister. What do you mean, never had a sister? I remember her very well. You even took pictures of us together, I told him.
Yes, here are those photos. See for yourself.
Mr. Williamson handed me the photos. I saw myself as a child, but there was no one next to me.
How could it be? But I remembered her so clearly.
Your parents were very troubled people. When you had been born, they hadn't taken care of you at all. You had been often left all alone. Nobody had paid you any attention. That's why you made up your twin sister, Isabel, to have someone to talk, have a sister that would take care of you, your imaginary twin, and you had been brought to the orphanage. And when you had been adopted and your parents had begun to take care of you, your sister had gradually disappeared from your mind.
I listened to Mr. Williams and started to remember. Pieces of my childhood memories fit into a puzzle. The head of the orphanage was right. How could I have got it so wrong? But who was Hannah then? Just a girl that looked similar to me. Had I really met my double? How was I going to tell her everything now? I walked out of the office and immediately bumped into Hannah. She looked at me with frightened eyes and held out her phone. The DNA test scanning came in. She said,
We aren't related. I already knew that.
There were tears in Hannah's eyes. She turned and ran away. I didn't stop her. I left the orphanage and started walking down the street. I was so lost in my own thoughts. I didn't see anything around me. I couldn't believe what had happened. But even more than that, I felt hurt. I just found my only family member and lost her immediately afterwards. I was so lost in my thoughts. I did not notice a red light and went out into the roadway. A car was coming straight at me. I heard the screech of the brakes, and then a thud. Then it was dark. I came to in a hospital. I was lying on the same bed Hannah used to lie on. My adoptive mom and dad were sitting next to me. They looked very scared. My mother told me that I had been hit by a car, but the danger had passed, and I would soon recover. I felt very sorry for having worried them and ashamed that I had doubted them when I asked them to forgive me and thanked them for caring for me.
Now I know that I don't have a sister.
What do you mean you don't? What about Hannah?
The door of the room opened and she came in. She sat down next to me and said,
I'm sorry. I ran away. I needed some time to think. Although we're not related, we are sisters in spirit and will always be together. I won't leave you.
I started crying with joy and my parents left to give us some time alone. That's how I found my twin sister. We are always together these days and I'm glad that everything happened like that. What do you think? Can a complete stranger become closer than a relative? Write in the comments down below. Another day, another shoot for Vote Baby at Hollywood's top studio. Cameras pointed everywhere, but I didn't even flinch.
All right, Sabrina, when I say action, start posing 3, 2, 1 actions.
And boom, I popped up and went full-on model mode.
Wait, good pouch. Yes, just like that. Now jump with a flying kiss, spin and give me those big, sparkly, sad eyes.
The shoot wrapped up earlier than planned, and Mom rushed over and planted kisses all over me.
My sweet baby, you really are a genius little model.
Hi, I'm Sabrina. I'm 15 and I've got 15 years of influencer experience. Yep, you heard me. I was basically born viral. Back then, I looked like an actual angel. Mom posted one random pic of me online and it exploded. Then she realized I had this weird talent. I was insanely camera sensitive.
Oh, sweetie, wait. I thought you hated broccoli.
Yes, Broccoli Daddy. That used to be a healthy baby. Every time a camera turned my way, I flipped my whole mood like a coin. So Mom started filming more, mainly to trick me into eating greens. Those videos gradually blew up. By 5, I had my own fan group and was one of the youngest kids to ever hit Hollywood's red carpet. At 15, I was still that perfect gold olden child. Smart, sweet, knew everything. Moms everywhere were obsessed.
Oh my gosh, it's little Sabrina. You're adorable.
Here's some candy, sweetie. You used to love these.
Thank you so much. It's delicious. I love it. They didn't stop praising me even as they walked away, and the second they did, I tossed the candy straight into the trash.
If you don't like it, just say so. You don't have to fake everything.
Got to protect the image. I am the national sweetheart. Oh my god, my house cleaning video's blowing up. Everyone loves me.
But you barely cleaned anything in that video.
In the clip, I was holding a mob face, all messy but cheerful, shouting a cleaning house day. In reality, I cleaned for 5 minutes tops. Mom, turn off the camera.
You're doing great, why stop now?
Just turn it off. As soon as she did, I dropped the mob and stretched. My back was killing me. I've been bait cleaning forever just to get enough footage for YouTube. You finish it, Mom. I'll film again once the place is spotless.
Seriously, you'd never survive without help me.
Please, I can do anything as long as there's a camera. People adore me, not you. Then out of nowhere, my grumpy mom brought home this good-looking dude and hit me with a bomb.
I'm going on a 1-month world trip with my new boyfriend.
What the fudge was going to build my videos? Take me to shoots? Help me.
This is Kai, he'll help you while I'm gone. He might not look it, but he's actually super handy.
And just like that, she packed her suitcase and peaced out, leaving me with some random guy who didn't look reliable at all. I bolted awake. TAM. I had a shoot at Elva. Mom usually woke me up. I called Kai, but that dude was still half asleep. 30 minutes later, he finally dragged himself over. I jumped into his car because we were already late. He took off acting confident, and then we hit the next crisis. You were lost. What kind of assistant are you?
Can you check the GPS for me? Just read it out loud.
I don't even know how this thing works. We finally showed up at the studio 2 hours late.
No makeup and you're late. You're always prepped and early.
Well, yeah, Mom usually did everything. The shoot still turned out fine, but I have no idea. This was just the start of a whole mess. Over time, I realized Mom had left me a total wrecking ball. Kai was a clumsy, chaotic disaster. The first time I tried live streaming with Fan, he spent an hour setting it up and still messed it up. He forgot the lights, flipped the phone upside down, and the place looked like a war zone. I had to fix everything. Hi everyone, I'm Sabria. I stared wide-eyed as my phone screen suddenly went completely black.
I just thought you needed water, so geez Louise.
That first week after Mom left, I was about to explode, and just when I thought it couldn't get worse, life kept hitting me with the L's. For the first time ever, I got hate comments online.
She was so rude on her live stream. And late too.
Probably just teenage hormones. So much for the nation's baby.
Just when I was choking on frustration, Mom called.
Hey, sweetheart, everything okay back home?
I want you to come back right now.
Ah, independence. Too hard already missing mommy.
No, I'm doing great actually. Stay out as long as you want.
Great. I'll make it in 2 months then. Love is in the air. But hey, don't force yourself to act perfect all the time. You're still young, baby. YOLO. A little.
Now I had no choice but to prove I could handle it. I had to show her I was still the same flawless, unstoppable girl, even flying solo. How hard could it be?
We've got a situation. This place is a pigsty. We need to clean.
I've actually never cleaned anything for real. I suck at it.
But you're great in the videos.
That's because the second a camera turns on, I flip into go mode, turn it off, I'm basically useless.
Hey, I've got an idea.
So Kai plopped the camera right in the middle of the house, and I started scrubbing dishes, sweeping, watering plants, cooking, chaos, but surprisingly smooth. I spent the whole day whipping the place into shape. Every moment was captured, and all I had to do was upload and soak in the prick. What the fudge, guy? You forgot to hit the record. Oh, my hard work just went down the drain. Now there's not going to be a day to clean house video.
Oh snap, my bad. Technical glitch. But hey, the place looks amazing now, right?
I stared at him and then cracked up. The day was exhausting, but kind of awesome. Honestly, not a bad one. 1 point for Sabrina. From that day on, I figured out how to survive without mom. Set cameras everywhere. I pick up everything, managing my schedule, finding places with GPS, doing my own makeup, editing, cooking. The chaos didn't stop, and yeah, Kai still goofed up sometimes, but I handled it. Every time I did, he'd smile and ruffle my hair.
You did good, Sabrina. Congrats on learning something new.
Like that forgives his screw-ups, but I had to admit life outside the camera frame was bigger, brighter, and kind of beautiful. Then I opened Kai's video folder and got hit with a full-on jump scare. None of the polished moments made it in. Instead, it was me screaming with eyeliner stuck in my eye or aggressively scrubbing a toilet like I was in battle. How am I supposed to post this trash?
You could do it for the first time. Make it fail or toilet bowl showdown, cleaning day edition.
This will wreck my image. I'm supposed to be perfect. But in the end, I had no choice if I didn't post it. I had nothing for the channel. As expected, the parents in my fan base looked super disappointed. I lost a bunch of my loyal fans. Guess I was too different from the sweet little angel they used to love.
Wow, even she struggles learning new stuff. Relatable, I love it. Age, I'm supposed to be perfect.
Seeing her push through kind of makes me want to get my act together too.
So I gained new fans. People my age trying to grow up too. Turns out not being perfect isn't the end of the world. I started counting the days till mom came home. Not because I needed her, but because I wanted to look her in the eye and say, "See, I'm doing just fine without you." But the next morning I woke up feeling weird. Like, really weird. Something's not right.
What? What happened?
I think I'm dying. Like, seriously dying. I tried to explain through my panic and Kai just stood there, face getting redder by the second. Then he suddenly spun around and bolted.
We have a photo shoot. Let's go.
Shouldn't we go to the hospital instead?
It's normal. Just don't worry about it.
He wouldn't say anything else, so I dragged myself up, still in full panic mode, trying to hold it together, clutching my stomach. I stumbled into the studio legs like noodles, but the show had to go on.
Sabrina, get it together. You look like I just licked a snail.
I kept posing, but everything fell off. Sharp cramps hit me again and again. Maybe I was dying. I hadn't even gotten to say sorry to mom yet. Then everything tilted and went black. I jolted awake and the first thing I saw was mom's worried face hovering over me. I'm sorry, mom, for being lazy and selfish before.
Oh, honey, just rest. You fainted because you were scared and maybe a teeny bit exhausted from all that hard work lately.
No, I'm seriously sick. Like I'm not going to make it sick.
Sweetheart, you're just growing up, your body and your heart.
Eventually, I pieced together the full picture when I saw Kai on set working the camera like a total pro. Wait, so you do know what you're doing, but were you two faking it this whole time?
I may have hired him to act clueless so you could learn to be independent.
At first I thought you were just some spoiled diva, so I gave you a hard time. But the more I watched you grow, the more I respected how strong and capable you really are.
Yeah, flattery isn't going to save you two as punishment. You're both eating everything I cooked today. I'm the chef. I stormed off to the car all dramatic like I was still mad, but deep down I was grateful for mom and for Kai, for every messy, frustrating, exhausting moment they put me through because all of it made me grow up.
Dad, where have you been? I was so worried.
Go away! Don't touch me!
I froze on the spot, not understanding why my once kind-hearted father was being so cold toward me. I snapped out of my daze and tried helping him forward, but he flinched me away. My eyes started to tear up, and I didn't know what to do. Then another woman appeared. She quickly helped him up and smiled at me.
Don't worry, sweetie. I'll take care of him.
Excuse me, who was she? My mother had barely been put in the ground, and Dad had already moved on. I couldn't watch any more of this, so I quickly left the room. How could things go downhill this quickly? My life used to be so simple and perfect. I had a loving family. I was always on top at school. People always complimented me on how I inherited both the beauty and intelligence of my mom and dad. But then a traffic accident happened and took mom away from us. Ever since then, my polite, well-mannered, loving dad changed into a cruel, bitter drunk who seemed to despise me.
The next day, I arrived home from school with the worry about what state my dad would be in. But why was Uncle Alfred on my doorstep? I invited him inside and there was Dad, slumped on the couch, surrounded by empty beer cans. As soon as he saw us, he slurred out and started throwing the cans at us. Uncle Alfred then took me to dinner so we could have a talk, and I couldn't help the tears as I blurted out how bad things were at home. He patted my arm and said,
"You father's been through a lot. I think it's best if we give him time to sort himself out. I think you should come live with us for a while." So that's how I ended up living with Uncle Alfred, Aunt Madeline, and my cousin Charity.
At first, everything seemed fine. As bad as it sounds, it was a relief to be away from Dad and to be able to properly process my thoughts for once. I was so grateful to Uncle Alfred for giving me a second home. But then he went away on a business trip and everything changed. I was walking back to my room when Charity appeared in her doorway and tripped me up. As I stumbled and landed on my hands and knees, she snorted out,
"Yes, that's right. Bow down to your queen, you hideous peasant. You should know your place in this house. I know you're just jealous of me because your grades suck and you're not as pretty."
Charity's eyes welled up. Then she shoved past me and ran to her mom. I followed up to her and explained what happened to my Aunt Madeline. She frowned at Charity, then scolded her. Phew! Fortunately, I had Aunt Madeline on my side. Anyway, justice is served, right? Wrong. As it wasn't long before my aunt's attitude changed toward me, too. One time, I was helping my aunt cook a casserole when the doorbell rang. It turned out to be an old friend of my aunt. As soon as she saw me, she happily said,
"Wow, it's only been a few years, but Charity sure has grown up. The older she gets, the more she looks like Alfred, doesn't she? Look at her eyes and smile."
I stared at Aunt Madeline in confusion and saw her mood immediately shift. That night, when I brought the casserole dish out, Aunt Madeline took one bite, then spat it into a napkin.
"You're clumsy, thoughtless, and now an awful cook. Be a bit more useful, will you?"
I stared at her open-mouthed, unable to find the words to say. Then Charity piped in,
"Please never make this again. Casserole is so gross, just like you."
Then she smirked at me as she dumped the entire plate into the trash. Weird. Didn't Aunt Madeline tell me to cook this because it was Charity's favorite? It seemed like life in this house wasn't going to get any easier. Over the next week, their mocking and snide comments continued. One day, I styled my hair in a different way, and Charity snickered at me.
"What's that? It looks like you got a lobster on your head. Have you ever considered dyeing your hair, by the way? Because blonde really doesn't suit you."
On another occasion, I was invited to a party, so I put on this cute dress. But when I walked downstairs in it, they both stared at me. My aunt said,
"Oh dear, is that piece of rag making you look even chubbier than usual? Or is it because you've been so well fed living with us?"
Another time, I was sitting at the breakfast table, dabbing lip gloss onto my lips.
Stop!
As I tried to grab it back, she snickered out,
"What for? Putting this on your gross lips just makes you look desperate. No one wants to kiss you anyway."
Gosh, my patience with this girl was wearing very thin. Worse still, Aunt Madeline overheard the whole thing, but she just laughed. I didn't understand why they were being like this. I knew I wasn't ugly or fat, and far from it. I know I'm pretty, as I was always complimented on my glossy long hair. Well, until I moved here anyway. This was so confusing. Why were they jealous of me? It turns out that being too beautiful was not easy. Things got trickier when my dad, who's also the school principal, returned to work after his time off. He totally ignored me, and it made me feel terrible. Then I arrived home from school to Aunt Madeline fussing over me and asking if I wanted anything to eat. Huh? What? Oh, I see. Uncle Alfred was back from his work trip. It was time I exposed this mother-daughter duo's fake act once and for all. So that evening, I volunteered to cook. Yep, you guessed it. I made the casserole dish. As I brought it out, Charity accidentally shouted,
"Ew! I already told you I hate this dish."
Aunt Madeline turned pale, and Charity gave this gawping, shocked look. Then I dropped to my knees and pleaded,
"I know I'm wrong. Please don't punish me anymore. I don't want to sleep in the basement again."
Uncle Alfred looked very confused, so I continued,
"I forgot that Charity hates this dish. I've been punished several times, but I still keep on messing up. I'm the one to blame."
What is this? I go away for a few weeks and come back to carnage?
He ordered Aunt Madeline into their room for a private chat.
"We're not even related. Don't expect my mother and I to be nice to you,"
she said, then stormed off. What? What did Charity mean? Of course we were related. Aunt Madeline was my dad's sister, right? I wanted to know what was going on, so I hid behind the door and listened in on their conversation.
"Tell me the truth. Teresa is your child with Claire, isn't she?"
I was taken aback. Claire? My mother. Had I misheard her?
"I know. Mark told me. The day Claire had the accident, they ran some blood tests and he found out Teresa's blood type didn't match his. Obviously, she's not his biological daughter and she looks just like you. Now tell me, Did you and Claire cheat behind our backs? You used to be in love with her before you married me.
So Dad treated me like that because he found out I'm not his own daughter. And Alfred and my mom used to be in love before she got married to my dad.
Explain to me.
Enough. I have nothing to explain to you.
Hearing footsteps toward me, I rushed to my room, closed the door, then crawled into my blanket, pretending to be asleep. Suddenly, I heard the door open. It was Alfred.
Teresa, let's get out of here.
I packed a bag and left with my Uncle Alfred. We moved into a small apartment not too far from his house. Even though he took care of me a lot, he never mentioned that day ever again. I didn't dare to ask either, so we just let it slide. He had to be my real dad, right? He just wasn't ready to talk about it yet. I tried to avoid Charity as much as possible, but this wasn't always easy as we went to the same school. It wasn't like I was scared of her or anything. It was just awkward. Then one day, I walked along the corridor to see flyers stuck to lockers, doors, windows, and floating around the floor. They all had a picture of my face on them, and scrawled across them was "This fraud is the product of her cheating mom and a married man." Everyone was giving me dirty looks and whispering about me. I panicked and rushed out of there, but I wasn't looking where I was going and bumped straight into a jock, and standing next to him was Charity.
Enjoy the fame. These flyers were specially made for you.
Right at that moment, my father appeared holding a flyer. He waved it in front of her.
What is this? Who allows you to trash the school with this rubbish? Leave Teresa alone.
I couldn't cope with my father right now, so I ran off to class. That afternoon, I heard the school speaker announce that everything written on the flyers was lies, and Charity would be in detention once the last bell rang. I just wanted to get home and hide away from the world, but as I walked outside, I saw my dad waiting for me at the gate. I had nothing to say to him, so I ignored him and walked off.
Please, Teresa, at least hear me out.
I stopped on the spot, then walked over to him. I guess it was time I found out the truth. So turns out, yes, I'm not his daughter, but I wasn't Uncle Alfred's daughter either.
I found this and it made me feel so guilty.
He said he showed me an artificial insemination certificate file. Turns out, after years of trying, my parents went to run some tests, and my dad was diagnosed as infertile. Mom didn't want him to be upset, so she secretly got artificial insemination and gave birth to me.
It was never your mom's fault, and I was wrong to treat you like that. I'm so sorry.
A fresh ran of tears streamed down my face with each word. I heard from him.
Teresa, I'm so sorry that us adults' selfishness and bitterness has hurt you. Alfred and I will do anything to make it up to you. Even if you want to find your biological dad, we'll try our best.
Him and Uncle Alfred, thinking there's no need to, as I've already got two amazing dads.